Alright guys, Red Alert 2 World Series action coming at you here today. We got Blitz, we got Division 1, we're here in the finals. The undefeated, both players here going for that championship crown. Division 1, yes, these guys are killers too. These guys are good players, man. SPKZ in red on the left side, Kicks in yellow on the right side. Here's that bracket for you guys. So yeah, both these guys winning some very impressive games to get here. SPKZ taking down Thomas and Rad. So yeah, so these guys, these are, I'm excited, man. These lower divisions, these guys, it's fun, dude. You know, we all know Marco and Legend. We all know those big names. But these guys, man, it's so fun that we have this new Blitz game mode and we have this kind of rising group of players who play the quick match. They're in there all the time. They're going at each other. And month to month, you never know what to expect with them because they just keep getting better every time we see them. So the fact that SPKZ and Just for Kicks are here in the Division 1, again, that's right behind Semi-Pro and Pro. These are some top-level players, man. And these guys know Blitz, right? These guys play a ton of Blitz. They know the map. So each month, they're always going to be, you know, playing the map accordingly. And by the time you get to the finals, you expect to see something fun. Now, of course, these guys are playing their own factions here, and I love this early aggression here from Just for Kicks with the conscripts. At the lower levels, we've talked about this before, your infantry can get so much value because players struggle a little bit with Desolators, they struggle a little bit keeping up with sentry guns, and Just for Kicks, and as I'm talking and hyping this up, Just for Kicks is going to make SPKZ pay for it. SPKZ opens all of his production on the bottom side. We've talked about that all month long. If you open all your production down here, sure, you're going to get the airport. Yes, the airport's valuable. But of course, that counterplay and the top level counterplay is to go at the MCV. Now, at the lower levels, you see players try to come down here and just direct contest. And if a player has a fast opening, it's going to be a bloodbath. Maybe you get it, maybe you don't. But the other move to do here, and I love seeing Just for Kicks pull that one off, Calm Cool Collect, he just backdoors, hits the MCV. Very, very nice. So now, yeah, SPKZ, not really a ton of options here. He just needs to pump. He's on 7K. He needs to pump dogs and try to go to work. Tesla Trooper's on the back of his base. He's out tank. Oh my god, Just for Kicks is dialed in. He's on his 3rd War Factory. Oh my god, he's gonna get the MCV. Oh my god. Oh my god, the Tesla Troopers just got the MCV. And this is why you tune in for Division 1. Because wacky shit like this can happen. Now, of course, 3 War Factories though, right? Really no way to keep up here on the production. Both players with money in the bank. Look at that bunker doing work right now, shooting from the lower ground. SPKZ, nice Tesla Troopers looking downfield. I like that move. Not going to be enough though. Kicky and Cocky also cheering for Kicks. Smooth Trooper with the follow. Kicky Cocky with the follow. Thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, the Tesla. Oh, and look at that Sparky on the cliff. You love to see it. Sparky on the cliff. That Tesla Tower doing work. Honestly, you guys, SPKZ, that backdoor Tesla Trooper, that was close, but unfortunately, Kicks got his 3rd War Factory out in time, so his production is just way ahead. SPKZ now down a War Factory. His last little hoorah getting warmed up here, not going to work. First point going on the board for Kicks is best of 5. Let's see how you guys are feeling about it.
I've got the knowledge.
About 50-50 split between SPKZ and Kicks. I'd have a hard time calling this one. Both these guys kind of up-and-coming good players. All right, here we go. So we got Kicks. So Kicks on the left side. Yeah, both these guys sticking with Soviet. These guys are picking their own factions here in the lower division, so probably going to see a lot of Soviet versus Soviet. Kian and Latov arguing in the chat here, getting a little drama going. Any of you guys who missed that. So basically, Keen and Latov won their way. They went undefeated in Blitz, Yuri's Revenge, and Red Alert 2. So they made it to the championship in all 3 game modes. And I thought to myself, oh my god, this is the best thing that's ever happened. And then they both basically were like, I'll play at this time. The other player said, I'll play at this time. And they couldn't find a middle ground, so we canceled the finals. So the finals have been canceled. Latov and Kian were both DQ'd. And yeah, so very unfortunate situation. But yeah, I can't force players to play at a certain time. So anyway, the good news is, like a phoenix, we are rising from the ashes. We are going to host an annual tournament tomorrow. It's called the Latov and Kian Ruined Our Fun, but we're not going to stay unhappy forever, and we're going to give away their prize money tournament. It's a 2v2 tournament. We got 8 players. We're going to be playing the new Blitz map in a 2v2 tomorrow. That one should be a lot of fun. And also Marco and Legend are going to play a blind map tomorrow. And then on Monday, we got Finland versus Jordan 2v2. Quas and Legend versus Marco and Root. So we got a bunch of fun stuff coming up to make up for Latov and Kian breaking our hearts, which is unfortunate. Okay, all right, sorry guys, let's focus on this one. So SPKZ, he didn't get the airport. Does anyone have the airport right now? So the airport's not captured. SPKZ with that early push, but doesn't really get much value out of it, to be honest. So a little slower second game here. But SPKZ, that's actually interesting. SPKZ now over to a second War Factory. Kicks forced to go on the defensive a little bit. Now 3 sentry guns and 2 bunkers. Gonna get down, just take out that airport. I like that move, actually. Yeah, the engineer was coming, right? So he lost control of the bottom. So just get down and cancel out that airport, as we've seen what the Tesla troopers can do. Yeah, so now a second. And wow, an SPKZ now ahead on War Factories. I'm surprised to see that. Oh, sorry, scoreboard, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm surprised. You know, Kicks had such a dialed-in build order that first point. I'm a little bit surprised to see him falling behind in this second one, and not being up on War Factories here, which is a bit interesting. All right, so now SPKZ going. SPKZ splitting it up a little bit. I like that. I like that. Okay. Okay, so now Sparky's out. So Sparky is out. I like that good map awareness there from SPKZ. And he's going to send, looks like he's going to send Sparky on the backside. I like this. Sparky's a fast unit, and it's annoying, right? Especially at the lower level. Players a lot of times will overreact to these kind of moves. So that Sparky's up there. Now you'll see Kicks. We'll see if Kicks takes the bait here and overreacts. What's nice for Kicks right now is these 2 bunkers. So even though he's going to overreact to the Tesla tower, there's not really a huge opening. SPKZ pushes right in. Ooh, now SPKZ way out of position. You see how his tanks are strung out in this straight line like this? This is a little bit tricky. The Desolators for Kicks, you don't expect to see these tactical Desolators like that at the lower level. Ooh, and he dives on the MCV, and we've seen it before, guys. At the lower level, the MCV dive so often, but look at that, he's got the drones. So oftentimes, the MCV dive will cost you your army, the counterpunch comes down and you lose. In this case, though, incredible forethought from SPKZ to have the drones ready. So he hit the MCV dive just for Kicks, did exactly what he did. He made him take the army. Then had there not been a wave of drones, that counterpunch would have taken the MCV, maybe potentially ended the game. SPKZ really thinking ahead there. I love that move to have those drones ready. That's a top level move right there. Drones were able to help him hold off that attack. Now he's up in MCV. Now, Kicks is not out of this game. Kicks is firing on all cylinders here. He's got 4 War Factories. He's got a barracks. He's got the radar. So he can still build Desolators as well. Tough position for sure, no matter how you cut it. Definitely a tough position. Okay, so, yeah, SPKZ, both players 10K in the bank. Tough. You know, things are only going to get worse here. He's already down on War Factories. As this game progresses, things are going to go from bad to worse. Kicks kind of has to try to make a push here. Now, the good news is SPKZ's not using Desolators or Infantry right now. He's trying to, and he's actually building drones. Conscripts are actually a great counter for drones. So Kicks in this position, if Kicks, Desolator out. Never mind, Desolator out. Now the Desolators are coming. It should take out, yeah, I was thinking Kicks might be able to get a little bit of an edge there with Infantry, but not going to work there. So, you know, the drones, yeah, just playing this one safe. Hey, it's the finals, boys. It's the finals. Yeah, play it safe. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Speaking of the finals, speaking of playing it safe, speaking of having fun, if you guys want to come join the fun, join my Discord. Next month, we got another tournament. So every month, the last week of the month, we have sign up, and then the tournament starts on the 1st. So no matter what time, no matter when you're watching this video, the last week of the month we have sign up in my Discord. First day of the month we start the tournament. So there's only a couple days left to sign up for the tournament right now. Sign up is in my Discord. The demo truck on the bottom side. And yeah, SPKZ comfortable sitting back here and teching up. No reason to push into this and go crazy. He's gonna bring a Kirov out, do this the safe way. And that's fine. You know, it's the finals. There's no reason to get reckless here. But anyway, guys, yeah, if you do want to join the fun, sign up is in my Discord. We are looking for more players, as always. We do have these lower divisions. This is Division 1. These guys are pretty good. But we have all the way down to Division 5 for the brand new players. So even if you don't know what you're doing, come join the fun. I recommend it. I think you'll enjoy it. We always are looking for more players. Of course, we have Blitz, which is this game mode. We also have the lower divisions as well. Oh my god, Kicks gets downfield. He's going to go for that oil. It does chain react the MCV. That is hilarious. I don't think it's going to matter. But I like it, man. I like it. And you know, the other thing, too, to be said, so, you know, there's one thing to be said each game, how you play and what you get done. But then there's also something to be said for, like, the kind of player you want to be. And I think as these younger guys, you've got to be kind of thinking that, like, what kind of players do you want to be known as? And the best thing is, you want to be the kind of player who doesn't quit. You want to be the kind of player who's always making wild moves. And that way, when an opponent's coming downfield, they don't think like, oh, I'll just take his MCV and then he'll quit. You know, some players are like that. You're like, all right, I'll just give him one good hit and then he'll quit out. You want to be the kind of player where no matter what the other guy's doing, they're like, oh my god, I got to be careful. He's always looking downfield. He's always trying to get weird. So I like that. I like that from Kicks, and that gives us 1-1. Guys, over to point number 3 now. Action rolling on. Action rolling on. Yeah, and any of you guys as well, if you're thinking about the tournament, you don't even know how to play the game. Remember, guys, redalert2.com. That's the place to be. redalert2.com. We got a video you can download, figure out how to play the game. You can sign up for the tournament. You can join my Discord, connect with the community, make memes, ask questions. All sorts of fun stuff in the Discord. So yeah, be sure to check out redalert2.com. Yeah, as of recently, man, the Twitch and the YouTube specifically have gotten a lot more traction. So it's amazing, man. Every day we always have new people saying, "Oh my God, I can't believe Red Alert 2 is still being played." And so we just got to keep getting the word out there, man. More people watching, playing, and streaming Red Alert 2. That's what it's all about. I'm excited about this new wave of streamers, guys. We really do need streamers. This next month, especially, there's going to be like 90 tournament matches. I'm not going to be around much next month. So there's going to be a ton of games. They're either not going to have a streamer, or we got to have some new streamers step up. If you do want to get into streaming right now, Doofus is helping people get set up. It's really, really easy. And like I said, even if you're not good at it, it doesn't matter because these lower division games won't have a streamer if someone doesn't step up. So a bad streamer is better than no streamer. Join the Discord, ask questions, get set up, start streaming. That's what it's all about, boys. All right, another nice little push here from Kicks. We've seen him get a lot of value out of these early infantry, and he's going to do it again. No reason not to. SPKZ, a bunker would be pretty good in this position, but you know, Kicks is actually doing a pretty good job of kind of spreading himself out, dancing around the sentry guns. But as I say that, SPKZ doing a pretty good job putting sentry guns in zones to get maximum value. That's a lot of smoking rhinos right now. It's actually a bit troublesome. Yeah, you got to go do OBS. You got to do OBS, yeah. Okay, so now SPKZ going downfield. Ooh, and so SPKZ tries to take a counter punch. He doesn't want to get on his heels. And you know what's tough? You know, these in the lower divisions, you know, this game itself, right, is constant equations. You're trying to make decisions, solve equations, and then execute. And the whole time, you know, someone's punching you in the face, so it makes it a lot more difficult. And SPKZ he did the equation there. He thought maybe he could counterpunch, maybe he could exploit an opening downfield. It didn't work. Just for Kicks was there to counter it, and just for Kicks extracting maximum pain right now. SPKZ has maintained a war factory most of this time, but it's just not going to matter. You look on the back end, Kicks is 3 war factories up. All right, guys, so over to point number 4 now. Point number 4. So SPKZ fighting to stay alive here. He's got to find a way to resist the early pressure. You know, we have seen, I feel like SPKZ is a little bit more comfortable in the mid game, and Kicks is getting an advantage in the early game. So it'll be interesting to see here. Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see if, you know, the other thing with these guys, less time spent playing series, right? So a lot of these guys play quick match and stuff like that. They play casual games, but a series, particularly in Blitz where you're playing the same map over and over, it's very interesting adjusting to your opponent, anticipating what they anticipate, you anticipating, and then, you know, putting together a different strategy. And that's something that these lower level guys don't have as much experience with, you know, playing these kind of show matches like this. Of course, there's the added pressure of knowing that I'm up here in the booth yelling at them. So, you know, a lot of players play very differently in show matches versus tournaments, or versus quick match. And that's just something that comes with time spent playing at a competitive level. And so in here, you know, these series go so fast, best of 5, you know, the kind of player who can adjust, like, okay, this is what his game plan is, how do I counter that? You know, that's really how you rise up the ranks versus just being the kind of player that's like, okay, here's my plan, this is my opening, and if it works, it works. You know, really you do have to be a kind of adaptable, dynamic player, and you need to be not only playing Red Alert 2, not only playing Blitz, not only playing your game, but also, you know, playing your opponent. Is really the kind of the name of the game. Particularly, I mean, in every game mode, but I think especially in Blitz because the map's not changing. So, you know the map strategy is going to be the same. So you're going to have to play your opponent's strategy and adjust accordingly. I like this little push from SPKZ. This map was specifically designed to give a little edge. If you can pull ahead here in the center, you do get a higher elevation. You can kind of shoot down. But a nice hold from both players here. Now let's look on the back end as we settle into a sort of early mid game here. The dust settling on the opening. No one getting crazy value this point. We do see, yeah, so like I said, SPKZ slightly ahead. He got that second war factory out. He has a fodder advantage, and he has an economy advantage. So Kicks, yeah, Kicks not able to get the value he needed early on in this game. SPKZ pulling ahead a little bit. SPKZ, though, SPKZ now falls behind on war factories. Bit surprised to see that. I think it was oh, nope, Kick's going to put himself broke. Oh, Kicks going broke. Kicks not going broke. Ah, very, very nice. So, SPKZ now over to a third War Factory. Now, SPKZ has 4K in the bank. He should be able to get a fodder advantage here, and actually could be potentially pushing, trying to grab some sentry guns, or trying to get some value out of this position. He has enough money in the bank here at the 3-minute mark. Yeah, he could be getting some more fodder in. Kicks' economy is catching up with him as SPKZ gets over to his 4th War Factory. So very even on the Rhino numbers so far here. He brings the Sparky down to that little zone to help out. Little defensive Sparky. I actually would have liked to have seen it up here. Get the elevation advantage, get some nasty range. He could actually start harassing these sentry guns. Maybe force Kicks to make a dive on it. Try to make him pay for it. Radar out now for SPKZ. It's fun to see both these players using everything in the Soviet arsenal. The Desolators are a big jump, right? When you start playing this game, you know, using Rhinos is step 1. You know, using Dogs as fodder, step 2. You know, your build order, of course, matters as well, but your units specifically, the Desolators are a big jump, right? It's like Rhinos, and then Dogs, maybe some conscripts, and then all of a sudden the jump to using Desolators, we've talked about that before now, using Desolators defensively, throwing a couple in your base, deploying them when the enemy's in there, that's actually already a little bit difficult for a lot of players to manage. But tactical Desolators, right? Desolators mixed into your army, and then using them to zone out the opponent, to, you know, protect your retreat, or whatever the case. Tactical Desolators like that, a huge jump on the skill ladder. And you see a lot of good players not master it for you know, hours and hours into the game before they figure it out. Kirov over. I like the Kirov idea. I like the tech push from SPKZ here. He's got plenty of War Factories. I think it's a good idea. He maybe should have tried to support it a little bit. Every time I build a Kirov, I'm always going to queue a Kirov and then rack up at least 5 drones behind it. Try to sneak him in there. He probably could have got that in. There's no reason to send a Kirov to its death. In that position, you know, hold the Kirov up. You know, force Kicks to keep an eye on it. But again, you know, just lower level stuff, you know, there's no harm in it. It's the right idea. But yeah, just that's one of those things where he was so close to getting value out of it, but then wasn't able to support it. He splits off the flak tracks now, so throws those flak tracks. I would actually be considering now for SPKZ, I'd be considering building another Kirov now, because he just threw all of his flak tracks. It's so annoying that one flak track's still alive. That's awesome. He's got the Desolators to help him hold here. He's got quite a few sentry guns, and he does have an Iron Curtain coming here. So now it's in just for Kicks' court right now. He's in the pressure cooker. He's the one who needs to try to get value. This single flak track is going to destroy this War Factory, which I've never ever seen happen in my life. So just for Kicks heading downfield here, and SPKZ just has to hold the line. He has the Iron Curtain coming here. I'd like to see him kind of baiting a little bit more, maybe sacrificing. The Iron Curtain, though, is kind of vulnerable. It's right on the front line, and Kicks knows it. Kicks knows it here. Gonna grab a War Factory, getting value where he can. He's not out tanking though. We've talked about this before. Mid-late game, right? You're out tanked and you're out teched. Tough position, right? Out tanked, out teched. Not a lot to do here. SPKZ now going for a count. Oh, he lost the Iron Curtain. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. So Kicks did get the Iron Curtain. Now SPKZ goes downfield. Massive tank advantage here though. And look at the, I like this. I like the body blocking with the War Factories. Box in the MCV with War Factories. It actually makes the MCV dive a bit more difficult. Not going to matter. SPKZ's up about 1 billion tanks right now. And I am personally particularly excited that we just got ourselves a barn burner, boys. The barn is officially burning. The hype is real here in the Division 1 finals. Again, guys, the winner of this is taking home the crown, the Division 1 title for the month. And they're moving up to semi-pro. Both these guys certainly proving they deserve to be here, firing on all cylinders. Now, the thing is, Just for Kicks, right? What have we seen so far in the series? Just for Kicks has the early aggression. He has it down, and SPKZ has struggled to keep up with it. The problem is, as they move into the mid-late game, as SPKZ firmly demonstrated, he's much more comfortable teching up, slowing things down, and playing the endgame scenarios. So, Just for Kicks, assuming... I don't think Just for Kicks can let the game get to tech. I think he's got to go full send early on. You know, I don't think he has it up his sleeve. I think he's an aggressive player, which I love. He's like me, man. When I see a Kirov coming, I just GG out. If the game's not over by the time the enemy gets a Kirov, it's game over for me. So I like the idea of the aggression here. He's going to go for it. Of course, SPKZ knows what's coming here, so SPKZ just has to hold the line. SPKZ probably going to build a bunker here. A bunker would be devastating. He has the conscripts right now. The bunkers do so much damage. Kicks continuing to push here, and look at the way SPKZ is using everything else until he needs the tanks. Save the tanks till the very end. Tough position, and now you can't keep pushing here. It just won't work. Because the tanks haven't even been used yet. So Kix does have to pull out. Yeah, and unfortunate for SPKZ. Now, of course, SPKZ, he's here. He's in Division 1. He's in the finals. He knows how to play a mid-late game. He knows how to go tech. Certainly, he's seen it done before. So let's see if he can adapt to the situation now. I love that he knew himself, and he knew the game, and he knew his opponent. He knew he wanted to get early value. Unfortunately, SPKZ saw it coming and countered it. And that's the problem with being a predictable player. If you're the kind of player who needs to go aggressive early on, that needs to push early, your opponent's going to expect that from you. And we've seen it work. I think just for Kix's early aggression has been scary all series so far. And so you saw how much SPKZ respected it. Look how many sentry guns SPKZ built. Like, SPKZ knows that just for Kix, when he starts pounding on the front door, things go bad quick. So when it's all said and done now, look at SPKZ selling off the sentry guns now. That's a top-level move. Very, very nice, as he wants to shift the action over to Kix's side of the map and wants the money from those sentry guns. So now SPKZ pushing in, and I'm a little bit surprised to see this. Now, this is the point where I would recommend switching over to dogs if I was Kix. Once your opponent starts pumping conscripts, going conscript for conscript is tough. You just have to have more. It's a bit of a wash. If you go dogs instead, dogs can kind of cancel them out, can give you a leg up in those positions. I like conscripts against no infantry early on, but once my opponent's matching with conscripts, I like to go dogs. All right, and so Kix again takes another bite. Beautiful unit control from Kix, clicking down those tanks, but then pulls out. 6, 7, 2, 4. Oh, he was even on tanks. Better tank control there. Clicking down those tanks, guys. We've talked about that before. It's not just about throwing the tanks in and flipping a coin and seeing if you get lucky. It's about who's clicking down the tanks, right? As you click an enemy tank, as the shells are in the air, right as that tank's about to die, you have to switch to another tank to prevent your units from overshooting or scattering, shooting fodder. There's so many nuances that go into it. And I should make a video one time and just have Kian, like, I should have 10 tanks and Kian should have 5, and we should just see the way Kian plays it. Like, if I have twice as many tanks as Kian, he'll be able to beat me. And I think that's one thing that a lot of newer viewers or people who come back to the game who haven't played competitively, they forget that part of it and they don't appreciate it. Like, what goes into the micro, what goes into the tank fights, the better player, the player with better tank control can radically get a leg up, particularly in low body situations. Things get a little more interesting as you get massive armies. It gets a little weird because then you can't have all your tanks shoot one thing. So then there's still some stuff you have to try to like run over the enemy fodder. Those are even different. But the low body situations, like 15 or less tanks, that's when things can really become a work of art for top level players. So so now we are seeing a difference here. Kix now over to Battle Lab Tech. Kix now on Battle Lab Tech here, and a Kirov coming. Kirov coming now for Kix. Very, very interesting. So Kix now out with the Iron Curtain as well. Okay, now Kirov coming, flak tracks over to counter. He's going to push in behind it. SPKZ caught a little bit out of position. Look at all of his tanks getting strung out around that cliff. That's going to give Kix a ton of time. SPKZ should have shot down the gut. SPKZ probably should have shot down the gut there, maybe gone for a base trade, started pumping drones on the backside. He did not accept the base trade, though. The Kirov now uncontested. He's not targeting the MCV. He's trying to retreat with his tanks. He doesn't want to get counter-punched here. That's really, really nice awareness from Kix, trying to save some tanks. He's got Desolators to protect on the backside as well. Oh, and a massive blunder from SPKZ. He doesn't run with the MCV. Of course, your MCV can repack. Your MCV can move. An MCV should never dive to a Kirov, as you're seeing Kix do on the left side as he runs with his MCV. Now, can Kix hold this off? Oh my god, SPKZ heavily out-tanking on the left side, boys. SPKZ could end it here, and Kix just has to hold this position. He still has... Does he have his MCV somewhere? I lost the MCV. Where the fuck did that MCV go? Desolator's out now to hold. Pump the Desolator, and he hasn't switched over to drones. You guys, you newer players, you have to have the oh shit button. When you hit your oh shit button, you got to mentally remember, cancel your rhinos, rack up the drones, rack up the Desolators, and just hold the line. And Kix sends it downfield. Almost certainly not the move. He does not have the counter punch potential he needs here. He needed to save those tanks to help defend, and now SPKZ way up. Way up. Kix got that MCV, but unfortunately, SPKZ still has a war machine behind him here. 4 war factories producing, and Kix still has the MCV, but yeah, not gonna matter. Not gonna matter. Yeah, and he's splitting up the tanks here. The Desolators don't hold. And SPKZ, oh my god, he holds the MCV. No way. No way. No way. There's just no way, right? He has to be out of this game. Oh, he doesn't have sentry guns to protect his Desolators. So the drone countering the Desolators, there's no sentry guns. Drones are out now. Desolators are out. And Kicks, keep pumping the Desos, man. Keep pumping the Desos. Keep pumping the drones. The MCV, there's no force shield coming. And finally, the MCV goes down. Oh, my God. I started doing a head count. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Are we about to see a comeback? So Kicks did get a third War Factor. Wait. Oh, my God. This isn't... Wait. This is actually pretty close. If Kicks can hold off for a second... Oh, the Sparky comes in. And Sparky ultimately wins that game. Now, you got to think it was in SPKZ's favor, right? But that was actually a potentially holdable position. He was only down one War Factory. They both have a barracks. And Kicks was actually up a radar. It would have been difficult to hold that, I think. And he was down a War Factory, but... you gotta love the fact that Sparky, my random ass unit that rarely gets used, actually was the nail in the coffin there. And you couldn't have a more theatric ending. Big shout out to both these players. SPKZ taking that one home. Absolutely beautiful. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah, what a banger.
Они, как сказать, он не